I grew up on the farm, so my dad could spend a lot of time with me. We were usually tearing apart a tractor or out in the field or something like that. I enjoyed that, and I learned to work, from doing that with him. So that was a good part of my life.
But with my perspective, there was a blessing in not having a father, in the fact that as I grew up, I realized what a child needs in a father. And I always remembered as my children were growing up, what I missed most, not having a father. And so I think in the long run, it helped me be a better father. We had 4 children. I like to say it was Planned Parenthood. We had a girl, a boy, then a girl, then a boy. Our oldest is 52, and our youngest is be 46 this fall.
Okay. Terry?
Yeah. Yes, we had 3 children. The oldest was our daughter. She's 52 also. And our youngest was I think about 47, somewhere around there. And that's our son.
Yeah.
And we have a daughter in between there.
Great.
Well, I always wanted to have a family. Gail and I both, when we were married, it's one thing we wanted was a family. I really enjoyed my children. I wasn't a diaper changer, but I was the one whose shoulder they fell asleep on in church. And watching them grow, watching them develop, I really enjoyed playing ball with the boys and girls. And we enjoyed playing board games. Just a lot of good family activities. And I think as they grew up, I seemed to enjoy them more. And as they got to be adults, I was really happy the way each of them turned out.
Okay. Terry?
Yeah. I enjoyed spending time with our sons and daughters, and we like to do things outdoors. We canoed all over the country. We've backpacked around a bit, and that was the things that we enjoyed doing, and I like doing with them.
Yeah.
I would say that I should have spent more time with my son when he was at the age where I could have done more with him. I was working a job where I was working constantly. I wouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
I would come in where Barney is there too. I wish I could have spent even more time. I worked many hours, and I made money at that time. But where's it at today? You know, what's more important? I could have had a lot more riches in my life if I had been spending the time with our kids. And one other thing I got to put in there is Janice was a fantastic mother. So even though I didn't feel good about being away from them as much as I was, I knew they were with the right person.
Yeah.
Our youngest child was probably the one who gave us the most problems. He's gone through a divorce. He's happily married now. But for a while, he did go away from the Lord. And we made a point of always letting him know when we disagreed with his lifestyle. But we always told him that we would love him unconditionally. And as he's gotten older, he has told us that we did nothing wrong in raising him. He has said it was all his fault. And he appreciates the fact that we loved him, stood behind him, and always supported him.
I always kind of felt that, especially Chris, our son, is one of the main reasons that he did that kind of stuff is because when we were raising him, we did wild things too. You know, we did we canoed the Allagash waterway over and over again. We've backpacked all over. He had an outdoor upbringing. He knew how to handle himself outdoors, and so I would say that he was ready for it. Yeah.
And were you ready for it?
His mother wasn't, but, but I knew he had to do what the Lord was calling him to do.
When we had children, as we dedicated them to God, we always felt they belong to God. They don't belong to us. He's lending them to us to raise them. And wherever God takes them, we would be happy.